First, scenes from The Courier, a.k.a. Princess Pain, by Michael D'Ambrosio. The Courier, a.k.a. Princess Pain, fade in. Exterior, Yord, planet. Palace district, night. 2 full moons shine down on the poverty-stricken industrial city. Abandoned buildings and shops are boarded up throughout. The streets are deserted. The area is reminiscent of old London. In the center of town is a large palace surrounded by stone walls and rusted steel gates. The palace walls are stained from acidic rainwater, and the windows are grimy. Many of the surrounding shops are abandoned. 50 militia soldiers, mixed ages, dressed in black uniforms, armed with futuristic pistols, surround the palace walls. One soldier plants explosives on the hinges of the gates. He runs for cover. A loud blast erupts and the gates crash to the ground. The soldiers storm the palace. They drag civilians out to the street and beat them. Brief zaps of laser gunfire are heard. Cut to interior palace lobby. Torches mounted randomly on the walls illuminate the inside of the palace. The colonel, Victor, 37, in a dark uniform, enters the palace, escorted by 4 soldiers, 30. He is tall with a hardened face. At his hip, a saber is sheathed. A voice from atop the marble stairs is heard.
Sir, come quickly.
Victor ascends the stairs alone with a sense of urgency. Cut to second floor hall. Burning torches line one side of the hall. The flames cast shadows across the cracked tile floor. Ornate light fixtures covered with cobwebs line the other wall and no longer work. Victor follows the soldier down the hall. He peers disgustedly at the neglected lighting and flooring. Cut to meditation room. A tattered cloth with a royal emblem sewn on it covers a table in the center of the room and drapes down. On it rests an oval-shaped crystal. A candelabra with 3 burning candles in a trident's pattern gives off the only light. A very old priestess, Charisse, 95, in a worn robe, lays in a weakened state on a stone table. She has no pupils. Victor peers inside the meditation room and recognizes the crystal. He becomes excited and hurries to the dying woman.
Is this the mythical crystal of Icarus? Please, you must tell me.
Charisse tilts her head toward him.
It is.
Then tell me my future.
Victor kneels beside the priestess and listens attentively. Charisse looks pained and her face strains. The crystal glows faintly and flickers.
The image is vague. A woman comes to kill you.
Who is she? I must know.
Charisse trembles and wheezes. Victor grabs Charisse's shoulders and shakes her.
Is there another who can read the crystal?
There is one. She is of royal blood and will lead.
Charisse loses consciousness. Victor becomes flustered. He then recalls something odd about her words.
She will lead with me.
He smiles over his good fortune. A sultry vixen, Fiona, 37, adorned in a tight-fitting dress, enters. She wears dark eyeshadow and eyeliner. Her long dark hair barely covers her cleavage. Victor turns his attention to her. He gazes at her, smitten by her cleavage. Fiona glances at the crystal and the dying priestess with only passive interest.
Have you found Red yet?
No, but the rebels have fled the city. With a garrison of your soldiers, we'll have them by tomorrow night.
Victor folds his arms disappointedly and turns away. Fiona is surprised by his reaction.
Secure the city first.
But we need to act now, my love. My men won't arrive for 3 more days.
Victor is reluctant to give in to her request. He looks up with an irritated expression and then turns to her. Fiona steps in front of Victor and touches his cheek affectionately with a seductive gaze. Victor swats her hand away and turns his back to her. Fiona nestles against his back and runs her hands down his chest. He walks away from her, leaving her baffled. Victor raises the crystal in the air and ogles it.
There is a woman who can see the future in this crystal. I need her.
Victor sets the crystal on the table and gazes at the soot-covered window. Fiona places her hand on his shoulder and turns him toward her. She looks pleadingly at him.
I will have Red's head for you tomorrow. I swear it.
The rebels are insignificant now. With the seer and the princess by my side, there will be no war. The militias and the space fleet will cede their authority to me, and I will rule all.
Victor pumps his fist in the air and eyes the crystal obsessively. Fiona paces the room like a caged lion and glares at Victor.
Could the seer you speak of also be the rebel leader Rhett?
We'll soon find out, won't we, my dear?
Fiona places her hand affectionately on Victor's arm.
Let me question the priestess. If she knows anything, she'll tell me.
Victor steps back and observes. Fiona approaches Charisse and studies her blank face. She stoops next to the table with her mouth near Charisse's ear.
I need your help, priestess.
After a short delay, Charisse becomes responsive.
I can no longer help myself.
You need to tell me if the rebel leader is the seer of the crystal.
Charisse doesn't respond. Fiona takes the candelabra off the table and blows out the candles. The room dims. She removes each of the candles and sets them aside while holding the candelabra.
The seer you spoke of, is she the rebel leader?
If you are a friend, then you already know who she is.
The crystal glows dimly. Victor notices, but Fiona doesn't. Charisse grins feebly. Her broken teeth add to her frailty. Fiona places her hands on Charisse's cheeks.
Please, I need to know if the rebel leader and the seer are one.
Marina isn't the rebel leader, but the daughter of our long-lost king and queen. Is that you, Fiona?
Fiona becomes panicked and fears Charisse's recollection of her. She grips the table's edge tightly. Victor grins as he overhears her words.
Where is she now? Tell me, or I'll kill you now.
I'll tell you this, whore. She is the true heir to the throne, and she will one day claim what is rightfully hers.
Charisse glares briefly and then lays dormant. Fiona again glances back at Victor. He notices her distress but remains cool. Fiona raises the candelabra upside down and stabs Charisse in the face with it. 2 tines pierce her eyes and 1 embeds her in the mouth. Charisse gurgles and her body quivers briefly. Fiona presses harder on the candelabra and shoves it into Charisse's skull. Blood oozes over her face. Fiona bends near Charisse's ear.
It is she who will never take the throne. Your little secret dies with you, crone.
Fiona exits the room, an arrogant smile on her face. Charisse lays dead with the candelabra embedded in her skull.